Hello world, it's February 27th, 2026. Welcome to a new edition of Cyber Briefing by Cyber Material. Cyber Alerts brought to you by 911 Cyber. Phishing hits US-Europe logistics. Diesel Vortex is an Armenian-speaking threat group targeting the global logistics industry by utilizing dozens of typo-squatted domains to harvest sensitive login credentials. Since late 2025, the group has successfully compromised over 1,600 unique accounts from major freight and transportation platforms across the United States and Europe. OpenClaw, the AI agent security crisis happening now. OpenClaw is a rapidly growing open-source autonomous AI agent that has quickly gained massive popularity on GitHub, while simultaneously triggering a significant security crisis. To help organizations manage this risk, Reco provides tools to detect the presence of this agent within their technical environments. Google stops UNC2814 attacks globally. Google recently collaborated with industry partners to dismantle the digital infrastructure of UNC2814, a sophisticated cyber espionage group linked to China. This operation follows the discovery that the group breached at least 53 organizations globally by disguising malicious activity through legitimate cloud services. Cyber events. FSISAC America's Spring Summit 2026 takes place in Orlando, Florida, USA from March 1 to 4, 2026. Designed for cybersecurity professionals and financial institutions, the event features 3 tracks focused on intelligence, security, and resilience, along with workshops, panels, networking, and an optional in-person tabletop exercise to strengthen sector resilience. For more events, find the link in the podcast description. Cyber incidents brought to you by 911 Cyber. Prison staff data breach lasts 5 months. An investigation by the radio program Argos revealed that hackers maintained access to data from the Dutch prison agency, DJI, for a minimum of 5 months. During this period, cybercriminals compromised staff contact details and security certificates, potentially exposing employees to risks of extortion while investigations continue into the full extent of device and location data access. ManoMano breach hits 38 million customers. ManoMano recently informed its user base of a significant data breach stemming from a security compromise at an external service provider. The incident was first detected in early 2026 and is estimated to have exposed the personal information of approximately 38 million individuals. Olympique de Marseille cyber attack. The Marseille club recently reported a thwarted cyber attack that occurred while the team was away on a training break. Despite the attempt to breach their systems, the club confirmed that their technical teams successfully contained the incident without any disruption to their daily operations. Cyber jobs. Procom is hiring a cybersecurity analyst for a remote role in the United States. The position focuses on incident response, threat hunting, vulnerability management, malware analysis, and security monitoring using tools such as Microsoft Defender, CrowdStrike, and Power BI for security reporting and metrics. For more jobs, find the link in the podcast description. Cyber news, brought to you by 911 Cyber. Florida man arrested for $328 million crypto scam. A Florida man was arrested for allegedly operating a massive $328 million cryptocurrency Ponzi scheme through his firm Goliath Ventures. Between 2023 and 2026, he reportedly used funds from new investors to pay out fake returns and fund a lavish lifestyle involving luxury travel and extravagant events. Nigerian sentenced in $4 million marriage fraud scheme. Leslie Chinedu Meba, a 40-year-old Houston resident, has been sentenced to 228 months in federal prison for orchestrating a multi-million-dollar romance scam and business email compromise scheme. Following his 19-year sentence, Meba faces mandatory removal proceedings as he is not a United States citizen and attempted to maintain his residency through fraudulent marriages. Marquise sues SonicWall over ransomware. Marquise Software Solutions is suing SonicWall for gross negligence and misrepresentation following a ransomware attack that impacted 74 American banks. The lawsuit claims that a security gap in SonicWall's cloud backup service allowed state-sponsored hackers to bypass security measures and steal sensitive data from Marquise's network. Cyber tip of the day. Phishing hits U.S. and Europe logistics sector. An Armenian-speaking threat group known as Diesel Vortex is targeting the global logistics industry using dozens of typo-squatted domains. Since late 2025, the campaign has harvested over 1,600 unique credentials from major freight and transportation platforms across the United States and Europe, putting supply chain operations at risk. What you should do: verify website URLs carefully before entering login credentials. Implement phishing-resistant MFA on logistics and freight platforms. Monitor for domain typo squatting related to your organization. Rotate exposed credentials immediately if compromise is suspected. Train employees to recognize fake login portals and urgent email lures. Why this matters: logistics platforms manage freight movements and financial transactions. Stolen credentials can disrupt shipments, enable fraud, and create cascading supply chain impacts across multiple countries. Cyber Book of the Day, You Are Not a Gadget by Jaron Lanier, is a critical examination of how early design decisions in digital systems shaped today's internet culture. Blending technical insight with cultural analysis, the book questions how social media, cloud platforms, and algorithm-driven systems influence identity, creativity, and individual autonomy in the digital age. For more books, find the link in the podcast description. Cyber Tool of the Day. Defect Dojo is an open-source vulnerability management and DevSecOps orchestration platform, originally an OWASP flagship project. It centralizes findings from over 200 security tools, supports automated deduplication and triage, integrates with systems like Jira and Slack, and provides dashboards and API-driven workflows to track remediation and security posture across products, engagements, tests, and findings. For more tools, find the link in the podcast description. Cyber stocks. Cybersecurity stocks on Friday, February 27, 2026, closed mixed with continued volatility in tech markets, influenced by investor reactions to competitive AI-related headlines and recent earnings dynamics. SentinelOne closed at $13.48 and was lower, with smaller AI-enabled endpoint security equities sensitive to near-term flows. Rapid7 closed at $6.39 and was down, reflecting mixed sentiment in vulnerability management and SIEM exposures. CyberArk software closed at $408.85 and was stable to slightly lower, with privileged access management demand balanced against sector headwinds. Tenable Holdings closed at $19.38 and was lower as mid-cap risk and exposure management names softened in the session. Checkpoint Software Technologies closed at $155.80 and was modestly down, with defensive firewall and threat prevention stocks lagging amid tech selling pressure. For more headlines, visit cybermaterial.com.